Ever wonder why extreme events often seem to balance out over time? Whether it's that unicorn startup that initially skyrockets then stabilizes, your favorite sports team's winning streak, or the calming waves after the high tide of all that new relationship energy, there's a hidden force at play. It's a vital concept, yet most of us are unaware of its influence. Prepare to have your mind stretched, spun, and snapped back with enlightenment. Introducing Regression to the Mean, the mental model that can transform your understanding of the world. We delve deep, analyzing countless real-world examples to make this seemingly complex idea super digestible for you. Stay with me. You're about to decode life's mood swings and discover the secret that will teach you how to stay positive even during your worst days. And stay tuned to the end to discover how this surprising link connects viral sports sensations, trillion-dollar bubbles, and Silicon Valley's quirkiest drink. Regression to the mean sounds a bit like a mathematical term you'd hurriedly skip in school, right? But bear with me, it's way more colorful than it sounds. Think of it as life's eternal boomerang. Extremes tend to return to an average over time. And for a sprinkle of trivia, would you believe the origins of this concept were first linked to height? That's right. Our lives' mysterious ebb and flow can be traced back to some observant genetics and statistics. Anticlimactic? Perhaps. Fascinating? Absolutely. Sir Francis Galton, not just our height enthusiast but a scientist, found that extreme characteristics in parents are not passed on entirely to their offspring. Imagine two parents towering at heights that would give the jolly green giant an inferiority complex. When they have a kid, instead of a mini skyscraper, they might get more of a two-story townhouse. By measuring the heights of hundreds of people, Galton was able to quantify this regression. If both parents tower 2 inches above the crowd, their kid might not reach those heights. Galton said, on average, the kid would only borrow about 2/3 of those extra inches. So, they'd still be tall, just not as sky-high as their folks. So, if you're not quite reaching the top shelf like mom and dad, now you know why. Life has a way of steering us toward the average. I know what you're thinking. Being average has unfairly been linked to being, well, dull. But average isn't mundane. It's about balance. As the saying goes, what goes up must come down. But guess what? The opposite is equally true. When it feels like the universe has a cruel sense of humor, know that cosmic math is on your side. Imagine life as a stretchy band. You can only pull it so far before it springs back with a cheeky twang. Not sold yet? Grab a journal and note down your daily moods. Notice any patterns. Days of ecstatic highs might be followed by mellow ones. That record-breaking sales month? Impressive, but next month might just be back to the usual numbers. That's just life, regressing to its cozy, comfortable mean. One way I've leveraged this reminder in my life is to keep this expression handy. Today's peaks might be tomorrow's valleys. Stick it on your fridge. You'll need it. Why? Because extremely good or bad days are outliers. With its love for balance, the universe assures you that such extremes won't be the new normal. As catastrophic as it feels, your bad day is statistically bound to be followed by a string of better, more average days. Harness this mental model during those lows. When the world feels out to get you, remember it's just a temporary dip before the climb back to equilibrium. And sometimes, knowing that relief is on the horizon can be enough to pull you through the rough patches. The next time your day feels like a relentless series of missteps, take a deep breath and trust the pattern. Brighter, more average days are ahead. While we're on the topic of patterns, there's a pattern I'd love for us to create right here. If these insights resonate with you, why not nudge that like button? It's our modern Morse code for Eureka. And if you want more decoded mental models served your way, subscribing is the key to that treasure chest. Now, let's delve deeper into the art of recognizing and avoiding regression pitfalls. Regression to the mean isn't an excuse to not try or push boundaries. This statistical tendency isn't a leash. It's a guiding compass to help you understand averages and not overreact to extremes. Embracing this concept can be your secret sauce, savoring good days, powering through the tough ones, and making some savvy moves when you see this principle dancing around in your life. Let's dive into some examples. Jeremy Lin and his Linsanity run when he was playing for the New York Knicks at that time had a string of incredible performances over several weeks, outperforming many established NBA stars. One career highlight includes scoring 38 points and outdueling Kobe Bryant as the Knicks held off the Lakers. Media, fans, and analysts predicted Lin would be the next big NBA superstar. However, while he is undoubtedly a talented player, his performances regressed to his mean, and he settled into being a solid but not superstar-level NBA player. When witnessing an outlier, a performance exceptionally good or bad, it's tempting to expect that trend to continue. Recognizing this pattern is the first step to sidestepping the trap. In the early days of the internet, the dot-com bubble, late 1990s to 2000, saw a surge in equity investments in internet-based companies. Investors were swept up in the novelty of businesses moving online. They abandoned caution for fear of being unable to cash in on the growing internet use. Companies that had yet to generate a business model, revenue, and, in some cases, a finished product, went public and saw their stock prices triple and quadruple in one day. It was a feeding frenzy for investors. This excessive optimism and lack of skepticism led to a stock market bubble, which eventually burst, causing trillions in financial losses. Extraordinary results, whether good or bad, should be met with a healthy dose of skepticism. Don't let the hype prevent you from doing your due diligence. This brings us to the last way to avoid regression pitfalls. Raw water. It sounds primal, untouched. It was also a health trend that swept through Silicon Valley. But what exactly is it? Simply put, it's untreated, unfiltered spring water. Unlike the tap water in your home, raw water hasn't been through a rigorous purification process. Fans claim it's loaded with beneficial minerals, which often get stripped out in treated or filtered water, free from chemicals like fluoride, and provides you with plumper skin. Some companies have seized upon the wave, bottling and branding the water at premium prices. While the raw water trend may fit into the broader movement that idolizes the natural and vilifies the chemical, it's important to remember that natural doesn't always mean safe. What are the facts? Drinking untreated water comes with potential dangers, including exposure to harmful bacteria, pesticides, and, yes, animal waste. History speaks for itself. Civilizations have purified water for a reason. Before making decisions based on trends or extreme outcomes, dig deeper. Look at the data. Regression means that over time, truths surface and myths fade. Our peaks and valleys fit together in our life's jigsaw, creating a masterpiece that's uniquely us. Regression to the mean isn't the party pooper. It's life's gentle nudge, whispering that after the wildest party, there's the cozy afterglow. And in these shifts from higher to lower, or vice versa, there lies beauty to cherish coming back to average. Got a craving for a compact recap? Dive into our visual treat. Download our sleek illustration in the description box below the like button and keep the magic of this mental model snug in your pocket for free. Want more mind upgrades? Learn these mental models to improve your thinking,